Okay, I'm back in Katawa Shoujo. I just recorded some Kingdom Hearts earlier today. And for some reason game sound didn't record, but I'm gonna upload it anyway because I want to continue it. So, but I also don't want to start it over. Just because it wouldn't be, I guess, that enjoyable for me or you guys watching. So it's gonna be awkward for a bit. Just awkward silences throughout. But yeah, anyways, we're not playing Kingdom Hearts, we're playing Katawa Shoujo. The stairs slow Emmy down a little bit. Maybe it's hard to climb with her legs, or maybe she's finally run out of breath. Go all the way back to the 3rd floor and to the seniors hallway, ending up where I left 5 minutes ago. I could have just as well stayed here waiting for Emmy had I known. So is Rin working on that mural still? That's right, she needs all kind of paints and brushes and stuff, so I went to get them from the art classroom. And you need me to help with that. Well, Rin told me you had already helped her, so I thought you wouldn't mind. I see. So thanks to Emmy's flaky logic, here I am again, collecting stuff from the art classroom for other people. The room is empty apart from ourselves and the lonely specks of dust floating in the air. Emmy skips straight away to the back wall, digging out a tiny crumpled piece of paper from her pocket. While she tries to make sense of the scrawled handwriting, I take a closer look at the materials lying around here. Dozens of paint cans and bottles are arranged on the shelves in a most unorganized fashion. Some look like they've been left there for several decades, relics of previous art club generations. Next to the heavy stacks of neatly piled drawing paper are boxes full of different sized brushes and unsorted crayons. The smells of paint, turpentine, and fresh paper float in the stale air, mixing in my nostrils to form that unmistakable scent of art. Emmy studies her notes, comparing them to markings on various paint cans, and passes them to me as she finds the correct matches. She stretches her neck to look at the topmost shelf, but it's not quite strong enough. Her eye level stays below the shelf no matter what she does. Emmy gives up and just looks to the shelf longingly, like a child at a toy store huffing in annoyance. After a moment of building anger, she starts jumping up and down, apparently trying to speed read the labels during the fraction of a second she can see them, and catch what she can. It's no surprise that she fails miserably and almost manages to bring the entire shelf crashing down. Now I see why me lending a hand here would be useful. Come on, let me do that. You can't jump high enough, and I don't want you to hurt yourself trying. Also, I'm like twice your height. You are not. She turns around, flaring scorn, flushed cheeks and all. Just kidding, just kidding. Anyway, I'll look up there, okay? She glares at me one more time, but can't come up with a retort. With a grudging humph, turns her back to me. So I begin scrounging around the top shelf for paint, while below Emmy crouches to scavenge what she can from the cupboards. I shake my head a little after double checking to ensure she can't see me do so. Emmy having a complex about her height was a surprise. I wouldn't have joked about it otherwise. She seems easygoing, but I guess everyone has their weak spots. After a while, we have almost all the items collected and spread out on the desk like a treasure hunter's spoils. Do I realize that it wasn't necessarily the height jab that got her riled up? She might not like being told she can't do something, like jump. But Emmy herself seems to have forgotten all about it already. Quick to anger, quick to forgive. She's that type of person. At least she doesn't seem to have taken anything to heart as she chatters away happily while we pick up the rest of the items, then make our way back to Rin. I chivalrously carry the bulk of the materials as we make our way towards the dormitories. Rin is really stressed about getting her painting done. It's her own fault though, she should have started earlier. Is she gonna make it? No idea. It looks good to me, but with Rin you never know what's going on. I found her this morning lying in front of the dorm in a fetal position. She hadn't slept all night. I can't believe that the night nurses hadn't found her. And now she's painting again like crazy. Yeah, I've noticed that she comes off as kind of unhinged, so to speak. Emmy giggles at that, as well as at my likely too obvious awkwardness. I don't mind it, she's just a little weird sometimes. On that I can agree with her. Unlike me, Emmy seems to be cool with Rin's whatever it is that feels so off about her. Still, they don't feel close like Misha and Shizune do. With them working as a single entity, sometimes it's hard to say where one ends and the other begins. Even though they're so different, just like Emmy and Rin are. And Rin is the most different of them all, different from anyone else I've met. Yeah, I guess she's a very unique person. I return to that word again as if it encompasses Rin's personality by itself. But really it's just a substitute for a lengthy description of her oddities. Emmy giggles as I grasp for a properly descriptive word. She's just weird. You know, earlier I just spent half an hour sitting on her box and stared at her toes. It's creepy. She giggles again in a way that makes me think she doesn't know what's funny about it. It just is. All that time... What? I don't know what she meant by that. The working area is a mess, but the mural itself has taken over even more of the wall since I last saw it. The disfigured human figures have been mostly colored in tones of red, pink, and orange, weird imaginary things populating the spaces between them. It looks nice. I can't think of any word that would describe the work concisely and comprehensively, so I settle myself on a nondescript nice. But honestly, it seems that the area around the wall becomes untidier at the same rate as the mural progresses. The ground is littered with dozens of paint cans, various art supplies, and empty soda bottles. Rin herself is in the center of this chaos, standing there looking very cozy as if she was a natural part of the scene. Her pant legs have been rolled up to her knees, exposing her thin legs, which sport a trying spectrum of war paintings, similar to those on Emmy's face. Emmy sprints to Rin ahead of me and gleefully jumps in front of her. I'm back! That was fast. Did you run in the corridors again? Hisao helped me. Emmy points victoriously at me. Rin turns around, following Emmy's finger with her eyes, looking at my general direction. She nods absent-mindedly at me. She looks like she hasn't slept since last night, a vacant glazed stare that's focused slightly off me, and movements like in a slow-motion movie. Hello, Hisao. Thank you for the help. Don't mention it. I just did. Oh, never mind. Looks like you've made progress. Looking good as far as I can tell. 7 years. Yeah, I was gonna say, but now you get more bad luck. I know, but I'm willing to take the risk. That's a very nice thing to say. For me, of course, not for you. This is why artists are always unlucky. They have to constantly look at their unfinished paintings. So artists can't find romance, their favorite TV shows are cancelled, or they die young because of an unspecific disease. It's a deep and mysterious law of the universe. Unless they are blind. She considers this for a while, looking as if she's going to fall asleep. There's a boy. At the art club, you see? Blind boy, so he doesn't see. You already told me. I glance sideways at Emmy, and she glances back in a way that tells she had heard this one before too. Neither of us says anything to Rin, though, so she continues her monotone soliloquy like an unfunny stand-up comedian. He should become an artist, and no bad luck guaranteed. Don't you think that would be a good idea? That only blind people should become artists? No, not as such. You might have a point. Abandoning this train of thought, she turns again to consider her work and starts humming a tune that I think I recognize but can't remember the name of. Emmy arranges the supplies we brought and moves a few paint cans around, trying to bring some organization to the scene. Emmy, I need the Prussian blue paint. I just realized how short Emmy is, because I thought Rin was short, and then Emmy's even shorter. Which one's Prussian blue? She's staring helplessly at 7 or 8 cans, each with a different tone of blue. It's the one with the Prussian blue paint in it. Jeez, Rin, you're not helping at all. I look around as well, even though I don't know what Prussian blue looks like either. I wonder what blue has to do with Prussia. Or what Prussia even is. The name sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't place it. Isn't it like a region? Not like a country, but like how Italy has Tuscany, even though that's not a state within it, it's just a region. So I guess Prussia's part of that. Something like that. I don't know. While none of the blues look more Prussian than the others, the small print on the labels is legible enough to determine that none say anything about the contents being Prussian. There is no Prussian blue here. Emmy heaves a sigh. I guess I have to go back and get some. I promised to help with our class project though, so I'll be back a bit later. Can you manage without it for a few hours? Rin nods, and so Emmy leaves. I stay because I like watching Rin paint, and because I have nothing better to do. I sit on a box and pick up today's book from my bag. It's a story about 3 guys drinking beer for 2 weeks straight and doing little else. Why would you read that book? Rin moves from the spot that was in need of the blue and starts slowly working on another. Her foot works the brush steadily against the plastered wall, layers of paint on top of layers of paint. The mural slowly gains more form. I turn the pages at a leisurely pace. In this chapter, they are drinking beer at the protagonist's friend's place. In the previous ones, it was at the protagonist's own apartment. It's not a page-turner kind of book, a slice of someone's imaginary life that makes me wonder why it had to be written. That's what I'm saying. Who would write that, and who would read that? Why indeed, the reason for doing something creative, it's something incomprehensible. Like why Rin does paintings. It feels like she and Emmy are the same, going squarely against their fates as if it's just out of spite. Rin even said something like that. Do something just because you can. Wait, do something you can just because you can. Is that what she meant? Is that her reason? It might be Emmy's. She comes off as quite a headstrong person. Rin doesn't give off that kind of air. Thinking about it, she doesn't give off any kind of air, or maybe a different kind of every time I talk with her. Why did she say what she said? Why does she, or anyone at all, or draw, or sculpt, or anyone at all paint, or draw, or sculpt, or write? I never had much of a creative impulse, so I don't think I can really understand it. It makes me feel hollow inside. What a grim thought. Can't really decide whether it's true or not either. Am I content with being this way? I can't deny I'm feeling a little bit envious of Rin, but I can't really consider it a flaw of any kind. I'm myself and she is herself. Still, I do need to find something. Something that could make me feel a little less lost about myself, instead of just drowning myself in these books as I did in the hospital. I can't help excuse me. I can't help but feel disoriented at the new school, lifestyle, and people around me The new school lifestyle and people around me contribute heavily to this sensation. I'm trying my best to fit into existing social circles, and most of the people I've met have been really nice. It still feels like I'm an outsider, though, like I don't belong. I shake the feeling off, realizing that I'm spacing out. I have neither turned a page of the book nor done anything for Rin. She's trying to pour out some paint from a big can using only her feet, having not bothered to ask me. Or maybe she did and I didn't hear it. Well, listen next time. Either way, it looks very unstable. Oh, wow, it is coming along. I quickly jump to help her as it looks like she's about to spill the entire contents of the can all over the pavement. I take the can from her feet and pour some in the bowl. She doesn't say anything, and neither do I. I catch a glimpse of her eyes, looking silently at me from her unkempt bangs. It's an unreadable expression, a perfect poker face mixed with a hint of something like a mild surprise. Okay. Okay. Finally moved on. I wonder what she's thinking. Maybe she's wondering about what I'm thinking. Maybe nothing. A penny for your thoughts. Do you have any pennies with you? I don't think I do. Then I don't think... Oh, what? Okay, I don't know what just happened. Then I don't think I will tell. I'm not thinking anything either, so you're in luck. Except now I just did. She frowns, looking very unsatisfied. It's hard not think about anything, but it's important. I'm about to ask why it's important when some old guy walks up to us looking like he has some business with Rin. What the heck is that? What? Good afternoon, how's it going? I can make it. Rin doesn't take her eyes off the wall and responds so naturally that I can only assume they know each other. I haven't seen the man before, so I naturally wonder who he might be. Maybe a teacher? No, I hope not. What is with his glasses? They're pink. His hair is faded to a silvery gray, so much so that it looks artificially dyed. I hope that's not the case. Small round glasses hang on the bridge of his nose, but it appears he's constantly looking over the lenses rather than through them. He's studying the mural intently over said glasses. Good, good. What a bold composition you have here. He moves to inspect the mural closer, talking to himself about it in a way that makes it obvious he wants us to hear it too. Very good indeed. I don't really know what to make of it, but Rin doesn't seem to care much. She's looking around her workspace, the various bowls of different tones scattered all over. Hisao? A little more of this. Give me a second. I pour a 50-50 mix of two paints into the bowl and create more of the same pale pink tone Rin was using to fill up the shape of the man's face. Rin watches me doing so, which makes me feel nervous somehow. Her face is so unassuming that it feels like she's just wanting for me to do something wrong. The man turns back to me, turns to reckon me as well, looking surprised as if he noticed my presence only just now. Maybe he did. Why, hello there. Who might you be? I'm a transfer student to class 3-3. Hisao Nakai, nice to meet you. Metal's class A. Well, I won't hold that against you. What the heck? Seagulls. Oh well. I'm gonna continue talking to this guy next time, but it's getting interesting. I have not seen this character yet, so thanks for watching.